Let's go, YouTube! What's good, people? I know it's been a minute. The last couple videos I dropped was videos I've been recorded, but I kind of been on hiatus since the draft happened, because as soon as the draft happened, pretty much the ball been in motion as far as my leagues. You know, I'm in a number of leagues, and a lot of rookie drafts been happening, and I then got in a couple other leagues and doing best ball. It's just busy, you know. And that's just fantasy life. Of course, you have personal life on top of that. So been kind of busy. So my videos, I haven't been dropping as many videos as possible, but I felt I need to drop this video because I noticed I've never dropped the video on Trey Lance. And I think anyone that knows me know how I feel about Trey Lance. If you even go to my Twitter, I have Trey Lance or Bust as my name on my Twitter. That's how serious it is. And I just felt like I needed to make this video because for some reason, well, it's not some reason, Trey Lance value is at an all-time low right now, because you're hearing rumors that Deebo Samuels don't like him and don't want him as his quarterback. And then you're hearing rumors that the coaches don't feel like he grasping the system as well. You're hearing all these rumors, and I've been getting spammed offers of Trey Lance. And here's my thing. Look, I don't like to say this out loud because I got competitors that listen to my channel, you know, and they use my information against me. There's two players that I have a weakness for: Lamar Jackson and Trey Lance. It's like, if you send me a fair deal for any one of those players, I'm going to fold. I'm going to fold. I already know it. I'm going to fold. And I do it I hate getting deals for those players because I know I'm going to fold. I'm going to fold. The good thing is I already have most of them on my team, so it's not too many deals somebody can send me that make me fold. I was happy today to actually get a deal to get rid of a Trey Lance. Like, you know, I got so many Trey Lance shares. When I do get a deal, I'll be like, oh man, I just own too much, and I don't totally buy into the playing fantasy football in a portfolio aspect. For those that don't know, have any clue what I'm talking about, that's not investing all in on one player. You know, making sure you draft different players, so if one player fail, all your teams don't fail. You know, I try not to do that anymore, because when I just like before, when that player hit, all your teams do well. And that's what happened to me the Lamar Jackson years, just like when I was on Trey Lance last year too early. All those teams didn't do as well because I was struggling in any super flex league that I had Lance. I usually don't go by that because I done got in trouble doing that. If I love the player, I get the player. I don't trip about it. And so I just took on another share when a person did offer me that. But like I said, I was able to get rid of one share today. And that's because, you know, I just looked at the deal. I was like, well, one, I have too much Trey Lance. Like in damn near every league, I have Trey Lance. So it's like, fine. You want to give me a first round 23rd, CMC, and some fab money? Fine. Because I had like 4 quarterbacks. Fine, he's yours. I feel like that was a good deal in the first place, especially since his value right now is low. And I'm like, I get to get rid of one share just in case things go south, because you really can't just look at players in flower lens glasses. You know, you can't just see the good. You know, there's a scenario things can go badly, and you know things can. So I got to be realistic, because I see nothing but good things, but things could go bad. But I'm on a tangent. Let's get with it as usual, I start with a player notes. So back in 2021, Trey Lance was drafted in the first round, the third overall pick to the 49ers. And as I told you, how much I was all in on Trey Lance, and everybody else know, but I realized I never made a video. It's because I liked a lot of what I seen on tape. I liked a lot of what I seen. And I gave the big four QBs that year pretty good reviews. Like I liked the big four. I really liked all of them, but Trey Lance, the one that really stood out for me. He was the youngest quarterback, early declare, had a 28 out of his production, 28% of it was rushing. 28%. So, I mean, this man's going to be cash money. He just need to play. 6'4", 226. Coming out of high school, ran a 4.6. That's pretty good for a quarterback. And at that size, he didn't get slower. Former 3-star. This is exactly my notes. I put, is he a quarterback? Question mark. He runs the ball well. He is fast and tough. He is strong. Willing to throw deep. Seems like a tall running back playing quarterback. I did also put players has to be open for him to throw the ball. But all I seen when I seen this man tape was a big Lamar Jackson. Notice the correlation because I own him and Lamar Jackson. I just seen a big Lamar Jackson. And I was just like, hey, I want in. I'm buying in. Especially with you getting drafted third overall. That means another team supposedly is buying in on you too. Now, the problem is the 49ers could be funny acting. It's kind of like drafting a Patriots player. It's like, they might not do. Don't think it's going to be predictive. It's not going to be super predictive of what happens if you draft one of them players. It's hit and miss. You will get frustrated. And, so when I drafted Trey Lance, even though Jimmy G was not giving them anything better than he have done before, they refused to put Trey Lance in and rolled with Jimmy G even when he was hurt. They would not put Lance in. And that's Shanahan. I mean, he particular. So I just need him to play. That's all I need because he started 3 games last year. He got 20.4 points, 15.6, and 20.1, which is averaged at 18.7. Now I think this is on a low scale. This is not even the offense that's formed for him. That's the offense that's made for Jimmy G that he came in and played for. So imagine when he have the whole off season for the offense to be tailored for him. So that was an average of 18.7, which would have put him at the quarterback 13. If he managed to do that the whole season, quarterback 13. So even if he averaged 2 more points, which, even if he averaged 2 more points, that would make 20.7. He would be the quarterback 9. So he'll be a QB1, quarterback 9. Now, I think the worst he can do is what he did last year, averaging 18.7 the whole season. That's the worst he could do. Now, the very worst he could do is, just think up the joint and they put Jimmy G back in, but they sound like they committed to trading him. So we're not going to put that in the air. But his ceiling is a QB1 overall. Like, that's how good he can be if they put things in motion. Do you remember how well it worked for Lamar Jackson. Like they put things in motion and things work to perfection, he can score that many points. And that's why I've always been on him because when I seen him, I seen league winner, and I wanted to be the first one on him. Now it's the second year, and like now I've got to compete with other people that might feel the same way I feel, so I might not be able to get them. Now I've still been getting them everywhere where in one QB drafts, easy to get them in one QB drafts, no biggie, But in super flex drafts, that's when it get tricky. But he's still going in at a value. I'm looking at the best ball super flex ADP, and he's the QB 14 off the board. That's an FFPC league. So still the 14 quarterback off the board. You're talking about someone, like I said, if he would have kept that same average, he would have been QB 13, but have potential to be QB 1. So I think you're getting in a value on here. He's going to have an average spot of the 303. So they're not playing with they are not playing with quarterbacks in the FFPC because Jesus Christ. Only 4 quarterbacks all the way to pick 16 was not chosen. They're gobbling up quarterbacks in that league. And then in the FFPC Dynasty Superflex leagues, he's going in the second round, averaging at the 20 spot, QB 12. So still a value. Because I don't know. It just depends on how you feel about Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson have an average season this year, his value going to drop tremendously. And how much can his value go up more? Do you think his value can go up any more? Anymore? Not really. He's being valued at the QB 9, and maybe he can jump Prescott. But he's not jumping Allen. He's not jumping Mahomes, Herbert, Burrow, Murray, Jackson, Watson. Not jumping none of them people. With Trey Lance, and that's how you got to look when it comes to dynasty. What kind, can they value rise? And Trey Lance value, if he go out there and smash this season, his value can rise tremendously. Like it can rise as high as QB4 easily. He go out there and smash. If he go out there and and be the QB1 this season, easily he would be the QB4 in Dynasty. And that's how you got to view. Now, if he go out there and just looks horrible, then hey, that's the chance you take. That's the chance you take. You can't play it safe in fantasy. If you're trying to win leagues, playing it safe, that ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I try to play it safe in trades, but in order to play it safe in trades, you kind of get a draft pick or whatever to fall back. Have that fallback plan if the player whatever you're not getting don't work. You'd be like, okay, I could just draft another player. That's how you try to play it safe and fantasy. But otherwise, when you drafting players, you gotta be realistic, but you gotta go for upside. So what is he worth in Dynasty currently? Look, you send me Trey Lance for a 23 first, I'm going to pay that 23 first. I know the 23 first is just covenant and no one wants to give it up, but I'm giving it up because the quarterbacks that are coming out the next year, they're not really rushing quarterbacks. CJ Stroud and Bryce Young are not getting rushing yards in college. Now people expect because they got athleticism for them to rush more in the pros, but it's not guaranteed. If they're not showing you that they're willing to do that in college, well, why would you all of a sudden expecting them to do that in the pros. To me, that's being extremely optimistic. And I don't. That's not how that's not how I play the game. I can't do that. You got to show me something for me to think, oh, something you about to do something that you never shown. Nah, I ain't doing it. So I'm saying that I would rather have this quarterback than the quarterbacks that's coming out next year. That's supposed to be coming out next year. There's only two quarterbacks coming out next year that I might want over, and that's if Grayson McCall, but nobody talking about him, so I assume he's not going to get the first round draft capital. If he was to get first round draft capital, I don't mind having him. But that means he would have to go out and smash again. Another season of him smashing and then getting first round draft capital for me to want him over Trey Lance. And then there's DJU, who's been trash at Clemson. He would have to go out this season and smash, and I don't mind having him over Trey Lance. That's the only two. But these other boys that giving you 0% in rushing, 0 yards in rushing, nah. That's not gonna cut it. Bryce Young, 0% in rushing and only 6 feet tall. Nah, I'm good on that. Spencer Ratliff, only 6'1". 5% of his production is rushing. And that's if he go out and have a good season, because right now it's questionable. Nah, I'm good on that. CJ Stroud giving you negative production and running. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. So, I'll give you this 23 first, because good chance I'm not going to find another quarterback like this. I'm going to give you this 23 first. And I'm going to take this guy that could be a league winner. Y'all might as well die on a hill with me. Go ahead and draft him. If he don't produce like he was supposed to, then we'll never have to draft him again. I mean, some years we have hit or miss years. It is what it is. But if he hit like Lamar Jackson hit, then we in there. He gonna drag us to the playoffs. And remember, there's no off season for champions. Peace.